we beat you. Band-Aid gang. Make sure you double tap the screen if you're on the vertical side. Make sure you hit that like button. We got to spam that like button. And make sure you like this video and share all the information that you can so we can get these videos in the algorithm. Please double tap the screen. Before you come in, please make sure that you hit the like button before we start this live. I want to thank everybody for joining in it. Thank everybody for listening. And thank everybody that's standing up and making sure we get justice for Nolan Wells and the family and for the whole state of Mississippi. Let's go. Before we start the live, we're going to let a pretty good amount of people get inside of the live because we try to make sure the information that we put out, that most people or a mass of people can get the message out and listen to the demographics that we are bringing to YouTube about the Nolan Wells investigation. So thank you. I know a lot of people are pretty much shocked on this route. So when you're over here on this channel, you are pretty much getting the top of the line. Definitely information that you're not really seeing on YouTube, just strictly facts. Hey mom, how you doing?
Hey mama.
Let's go. Band-Aid gang. It's another exclusive live. Let's go. We're going to start the live a little bit early. We had a schedule for I'm on the West Coast, so we had scheduled it for 9, so which probably will make it about 11 o'clock Central. But we're going to go on a little bit early. Hey, Nurse 59. Thank you for joining. I do have my first mod in here. The general of my mods is Nurse 59, so just be careful what you're saying in the chat because we got all eyes on everything, so people can't come in this live and start spamming my chat. Again, this is not that type of channel. We're not promoting any violence. Everything is going to be alleged under Act 107. What's going on, my boss? Happy Tuesday. Again, y'all, we're going to start this live a little bit early. I'm going to give y'all a little bit early. I'm sorry. I do apologize for not going on at that would have been 10 o'clock Central. I do apologize. So I'll probably be going on here in the next 2 or 3 minutes. We're going to get ready to start this live. Let's go. Thank you, Nurse 59. Y'all pay attention to that. Please be respectful in the chat. Okay, 10:30 there, Mom. Okay, so it'll be 11, maybe a little bit before 11 before we get ready to go on. I'm just doing this real quick. We got 24 people. They starting to come now. So just letting it pile up a little bit. Gang, I swear to God, y'all. I mean, you know, I'm gonna have a real talk with y'all before we get ready to start this live. It's like crazy. Let's go. Band-Aid gang. If you want to donate to the channel, it is Content Kings. Content Kings with a Z on the end instead of the S123. Or you can super chat the channel if you want to. Go ahead and super chat. We are giving you some good information. What up, September Virgo? September Virgo, if you want to hit the link I will be dropping that in the chat. I know we spoke. I know the people would love to hear from you. So I'm going to drop the link one more time. This is an open panel. So if you have any questions, hopefully we'll be able to answer those questions. Under the guideline, Act 107. read my highlighted. Ahmad said, commentary, reporting what always been reported. Feel free, express your opinions, be respectful to the channel. Band-Aid gang. We have to get ready to start this live respectfully to everybody. Hope everyone is having a wonderful Tuesday. Good evening, Felicia. Welcome, welcome. Felicia Fever. What's up, Felicia? Let's go. We got 60 people in the building. Let's run it up a little bit, y'all. Don't tap that screen. Let's get this stuff going. About to get ready to start this live. It is open panel. Let's go. Band-Aid gang. Oh, welcome. I had to let that music go. Gang, it's been a crazy day for me. I definitely had to tread lightly in what I do when it comes to this Nolan Wells investigation, because we have to move under the radar, but at the same time be heard at the same time and get our message out, because it's going to spread like a wildfire, but it's the way that we're going to make this information that we have spread. We don't want to rush it. We just want to get the right people, and the right people will start paying attention. Now, I was building a timeline today, and it seemed like on my phone, certain things are not wanting to upload. And I think because, some of these videos, they're probably doing some stuff through, I'm a very superstitious person, but I do believe they're starting to play with people's devices. So that's why I started a little bit late. It took me so many different times to try to get this up. Now, I want everybody to, before we start, we talked about this the day before yesterday, if everybody can recall. But those that didn't get a chance to hear what we was talking about, I showed a picture. Now, I want everybody to look at the picture on the screen. The picture says a lot. I put this same picture in ChatGPT, and I asked, was the picture AI? It said no. Said the picture was not AI. So I said, okay, that's cool. So then it was a couple of pictures that, because so many weird things going on with this Nolan Wells investigation, right? So I took some of the pictures like when he was on the boat, and because it was so crispy, I was like, let me check and see if I wonder if these AI. So I did it, and it said they wasn't AI. And a couple of them, due to the way it was looking at the demographics, I was hoping they were AI. But they wasn't AI, Band-Aid gang. So what am I getting to when it comes to this? We know what's going on when it comes to the Knights of Columbus. A lot of people haven't caught on to what we have already caught on. So, again, look at this picture, everybody. Look to the far left. Let's start with this picture. I want everybody to just open your mind and look at the picture to the far left. With the guy right there, little guy he looks frantic. He's frantic. But I just want everybody to realize, because when I showed this picture, you guys were, a lot of you guys wasn't here. But the picture that I showed the other day, I just went directly to them. I centered them. The guy on the left holding the other guy. First of all, we want to know why he's holding him like that. Second of all, the expression. Okay, we can pay attention to that. But I want everybody now, because you can be able to see it. And after I open your pineal glands and open your eyes to a lot, because I've opened people's eyes to this case that nobody has opened up in the last 2 days, right? So now you can see. Look at the guy to the left, right? That's got his arms around that young gentleman. I want everybody to pay attention to that piece of whatever is covering his ear. Hit the like button. Look over the guy on the far left cradling that young man. Pay attention to that young man's ear. Does everybody see it? Does everybody see his ear? The people that my gang, Band-Aid gang, we know exactly what I'm talking about. September Virgo, are you seeing by his ear? Put a 1 in the chat. The young man that's being held, do you see something covering his ear that looks like another palm? Put a 1 in the chat if you can. And then we're going to start the commentary before we start this off. So I'm waiting for a response. We got 190 some people in here. So, okay. I don't know what you're looking at. Okay. Go to I'm going to demonstrate that. Now, everybody look over to the left, and the guy that's holding the other guy, that looks frantic. Look at the other guy that looks frantic. Now, I want everybody to look at that guy's ear, by his ear. Look by his ear. It looks like a hand over his ear, if I'm not correct. There's a girl in a black suit, swimsuit. That boy that's behind the girl in the black suit. Look by his ear before we start this live. So everybody knows you cannot see his other ear, right? Correct. You see one of his ears, but you don't see the other ear. Well, that's your opinion if I'm nuts. If I'm nuts, I would never want to be around a nut. I would vacate myself from the premises. So, but you need to be careful about what you say in my chat because we will zap you. So, and we're not going to get after anybody, friend. We are just doing commentary to what's going on YouTube. So, let's start to play this live and get to rocking the show.
Somebody finally said something. Nolan got back to land. Allegedly, there was a pool party at a house that my son has been at 1,000 times. I don't know why he didn't go that night. Allegedly, there was a pool party. Allegedly, Nolan did get into an altercation at the island with Wyatt, but it was quick. It was a blip, and then they all went to the pool party here in Ocean Springs. At the pool party, there were people drunk, there were people high. Apparently the mom, allegedly, that was overseeing the pool party was also drunk. She was inside. The boys got into it.
So first of all, you want to ask yourself, this grown man that's sitting back there in the back with the USA carved into his chest hairs. The guy in the back right there has USA carved into his chest hairs. So now let's continue. So now we got children underage that are drinking alcohol, and so were the parents. But when this Nolan Wills situation kicked off, but whose ear? The guy to the left. We're gonna get to that. Slow down, Felicia. I got you. Now, first of all, we were all on the right track when it first started because a lot of people think it was on the boat. Yes, it could have been on the boat. Allegedly, I'm gonna use the proper lingo, and it could have happened at this pool party because when this first came out, a lot of people said before we got the clues that it happened at the pool party. And a lot of you guys remember that. Now it's going back to almost being at the pool party, right? But we know it went back to Ocean Springs. We know it went back to Ocean Springs. So let's go ahead and continue to watch.
Fight with Nolan. The girl that wrote the comment said that, I don't know which boys, Andrew, Wyatt, Warren, there's a lot of kids involved in this.
There's a lot of kids involved in this. That's why there's no one talking. And possibly a lot of these children, as we talked about, are not with their biological families. That these children, and this is alleged, I'm going to say that again, but I have shown it, may be adopted and was first in foster homes because we know what the Knights of Columbus have done. So, and we know that about the Knights of Columbus. So, but we're going to get to that for the people that don't know. We're going to enlighten you. So, let's continue to track Band-Aid Gang.
She said that Nolan was bent over, gasping for air, with blood coming out of his mouth. He was yelling for his mom. After the fight, the mom came out and said, "I'm going to call the cops. Y'all better leave." You have drunk kids and you're encouraging them to get in their car and leave. But anyway, the girl who wrote the comment said she tried to help, but then the mom threatened to call the cops, so then she left. And then we don't know what happened, because how did Nolan's body end up on the island? Who can transport a body? These are our neighbors, by the way, y'all. People's true colors are coming out, because the people who don't come out and say, this is wrong. This is wrong.
Now, let's get to the picture. Now, this is wrong. Now, some people were saying, what are you talking about, Band-Aid Gang? What is the Band-Aid Gang on? What are we seeking? We're seeking truth. But we also believe in the supernatural. We also believe that anything's possible in this wicked world that we're living in, right? So I zoom in, look at the young man's face. Now I want everybody to put a 1 in the chat. And now here's Diamond Gang, thank God. Hey, Diamond Gang.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Diamond.
She didn't hear you.
What's going on, y'all?
Now, Diamond Gang, are you paying attention to the young man's right side, his ear?
I am.
Okay, Band-Aid Gang. So now we're going to zoom in and get a better look. Right here, Band-Aid Gang. Is this young man scared to life because there is a piece of skin covering his ear, holding him by his breast? Can somebody please tell me, what is that piece of skin that is on this young man's neck? Are we dealing with alleged vampires? What is going on here? It definitely can't be AI, because I put it in the AI generator and asked it. I put it in ChatGPT. Is this AI? So out of everybody taking this picture, why is this young man looking scared to life? Band-Aid Gang. Diamond Gang, is you seeing this piece of skin?
Yeah, it looks like he's doing something or has somebody around him he don't really want touching him.
But do you see the skin that's coming off of this young man's neck that is covering the boy's ear?
Yes.
Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can see what we're seeing.
It's almost like somebody was photoshopped out of the picture that was in the picture.
Okay. Shirley say, I don't see what you're talking about. Skin. Okay. Look at the boy's ear. It's covered. Do you see that part? That boy's ear is covered. What is that covering his ear? Because that boy's hand is somewhere else, right? That boy's other hand, look at his other hand.
This is wrong.
Right there. So his other hand is going across his chest. So we know that's not his other hand pressing against this young man's ear. So explain to us, what is that? What is that, Band-Aid Gang? What is that coming off that boy's ear? There it is. Just a question. I've never seen a piece of skin coming out of somebody's neck. I've never seen nothing like that before. A piece of skin coming off a guy's neck, covering up his ear, and his other hands are down there. Well, you know, somebody said a collarbone, but I've never seen someone collarbone completely cover up someone's ear. I'm just saying, Band-Aid Gang. I pay attention to everything, and that's just what I see. How about you, Diamond Gang?
To me, it looks like it's photoshopped, like somebody else was in the photo as well that they took out.
Well, could be. But again, everybody, I put this in ChatGPT, and I asked, what's the picture AI? So let's continue, gang.
All right, so the photo is not photoshopped, but
No,
it just looks really odd.
yes, it does. It does. Even the people in the picture look very odd. So we don't know what happened.
But the look on his face is like that person that's holding him, that's holding his chest, is somebody that's violated him before or something. Look at the look he's giving over that dude that's smiling behind him, and he's not smiling at all. He's terrified.
That part. Scared to life. Scared to life. I'm going to get you out of here. I don't pay attention to this nonsense. One of my mods, get the people out that's disrespected the chat. What up, Damon? What up, gang? He's terrified. Maybe it's that piece of skin. Maybe we're dealing with vampires. But we know we're dealing with, allegedly, the Knights of Columbus. That's what we're dealing with. The Knights of Columbus. And my people know that. That's what we're dealing with. So as we continue, because we know what the Knights of Columbus has done. So, Band-Aid Gang, let's continue.
Audience, why is that guy smiling behind him like that? Just look at the photo.
Look at the photo, gang.
That man is smiling. That man is not smiling in front of him. It's so much like maybe that person is someone that he don't want nowhere near him.
I just got this crazy feeling that this guy and the guy that's sitting in the center that looks very evil has something to do. I'm going to show you that, Felicia, in just a second. With Nolan's unaliving. So, Band-Aid Gang, let's continue to go. That guy.
He's another weirdo looking one.
That guy.
He looked like he's been in the sun too long.
He has USA carved out in his chest.
Uh-huh.
If I was Nolan, I would have never been around no guy looking like that. If I was Nolan. Now, let's continue.
What is your thoughts on that phone call to Cito? Some people have...
Boom. The eye contact. Everybody knows that Diamond Gang popped them yesterday. We popped them yesterday on all of this, gang. We popped them. We popped them the day before. We got the clip. So now everybody's talking about what Diamond was popping about yesterday. We're ahead of the game right now, y'all. So look at the contact. See, Warren knows that we're on his trail, right? But they're still trying to hide someone else. But let's continue. But again, if you look at my thumbnail, they're going to roll on Tristan first. Let's go, gang.
I've gone out and some people have gone out and...
Other than that, I feel like his mom...
Now, they're going for the mom. Now peep this out, Band-Aid Gang. He's gonna say something that's gonna throw another red flag with our channel. So Band-Aid Gang, watch this. Watch what he says. He's gonna leave a name out. Now watch this.
Blasting us on social media from the get-go, saying that he was out there with Warren and another guy.
Sign of guilt. Diamond Gang, pick me up while I left off. So there's another guy they don't want to say his name, right? They don't.
Exactly, because it very much well be another person that they know.
Absolutely.
It could be a grown adult older than them, or it might be the same age as them. But whoever it is, they are terrified of.
That part. Now again, we're gonna see again, gang. A lot of people missed this. They missed it. So Band-Aid Gang, we don't miss a beat. So, and he says it twice. Let's track.
Warren and another guy. That's where it first started to take off. And then also the fact that she posted a picture of me and Morgan and another guy.
There it is again. Another guy. My buddy. Another guy. My buddy. Someone says Bart. Go back to the same gentleman right here. Get your money. It's Bart. They slipped up and said it. But it was a couple of names that it also seemed like Get Your Money that they didn't want to mention Wyatt at first either. And the reason I think they didn't want to really mention Wyatt, because Wyatt's boat was involved with some porting bodies, right? Allegedly. We're going to say that. Because Warren, when we listen to the big bang video that we got that should get them prosecuted, Tristan said that they went out on Warren's boat because it was still in the water. That's what they said. And we're going to show that tonight. If anybody didn't know, that we do got the video that will pretty much get them prosecuted. So, and we're going to play that. Let's go, gang.
And Nolan on the boat together, blasting that out there.
This guy really thought that nobody would notice. Now, I'm not sure who this guy is, but notice how he's wearing a hat that says Call Cox. Now, y'all remember that Bobby Cox is the
right there. Now everybody sees this, right? Put a 1 in the chat so we can get to the nights, because we're gonna go right back and we're gonna start opening up for you guys. That guy name is Robert Bobby Cox. So I want everybody that's new to start doing your research. Robert Bobby Cox. Well, who is Robert Bobby Cox? We know he is the mayor of Ocean Springs. Get your money. So we about to get some money. So he is the mayor of Ocean Springs, right? But what is he? But what is he involved in, Band-Aid Gang? What's about him? Well, let's find out. So we can do it. Thank you for the Jules Nurse 59. So let's find out and do what we do best, and that's find out. And we track. So be careful, C-Dove. You bets to be careful. So let's open up and let the people know what we're on over here on this channel. So you go to elect Bobby Cox. Okay, Band-Aid Gang. We're going straight to it. Robert Bobby Cox, Felicia. That's the mayor. So when we go here, Band-Aid Gang, we're going to go right here and do them all type of ways, right? So as we do them all type of ways, zoom in so y'all can see. So right here, I want y'all to pay attention to this. Right here, Band-Aid Gang. Right, I'm highlighted. All right, you can read the rest. He is a third-degree member of the Knights of Columbus. Hit the like button, y'all. Double tap the screen. I didn't say it. That's what his credentials say. That he is a third-degree member of the Knights of Columbus. So, we dealing with a high power, right? Okay, what are the Knights of Columbus, Band-Aid Gang? So now, we're going to dig in a little deep. I'm going to show you something else. So, maybe what they look like. Let's see. Let's do it. Let's give it to them. You can't beat a baby steak. Can't beat a baby steak, right? We already know that. So, we're going to go here. And let's see. All right. So we got his name here. So we're going to look at the Knights of Columbus. There's also a big case on Bart's father. So let's see. Band-Aid Gang. Let's just look at some images of these people. Okay. Now, it's an all-boy organization, right? So, and to be a Knight of Columbus, right, you have to be 18 to become a member of the Knights of Columbus, okay? So let's continue to track. Can't beat a baby steak. So we're going to keep on tracking. I'm just giving everybody, now you do your own research. Here's the mayor of Ocean Springs, Bobby Cox. Okay, we've seen that. Knights of Columbus. Okay, now we know what he's a part of. Okay. So now, Band-Aid Gang, we go over here to our live stream. Now, I don't want to, everything is the Act 107. So now watch this. Under the Knights of Columbus, Band-Aid Gang. Ooh, I hope I just didn't. Okay, didn't do that. Okay, so now I'm going to stop sharing that. So I want everybody to open your ears and follow me. So here's what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. So now we're going to say, what's going on with the Knights of Columbus, Diamond Gang? What is this group of people, which is us right now, are giving to the people? We're going to open the gates and you guys go do your own research and start looking up some more players like we've done.
Right. So the Knights of Columbus is a Catholic organization that is of some elites.
So, Band-Aid Gang, if we look right here, there it is. Okay, so I don't want to scare anybody. They're large, global. Now listen, y'all. They got lawsuits regarding embezzlement. Band-Aid Gang. They also been sued. They got lawsuits. There was a lawsuit that over 100 boys were molested by this group of individuals. Lawsuit accuses Knights of Columbus of child abuse. The Knights of Columbus was sued on Tuesday by two men who said they were sexually abused as children. Right here. Highlighted for you. 2026. Band-Aid Gang. 25. More than 100 boys accused Knights of Columbus coach of sexual abuse over many years. Hit the like button. The Knights of Columbus was accused for sexually abusing over 100 boys. That's one case, Band-Aid gang. I told you we broke this case. Not only did we dig deep and find out some stuff that a lot of people wouldn't have went down that rabbit hole, we also got the video that will get those boys prosecuted. Please double tap my screen. So now they got embezzlement. How do they make money, Band-Aid gang? Well, let's see. And I know when Diamond gets quiet, she knows I'm cooking, right? So she knows I'm cooking. Embezzlement arrest. Look, gang. Embezzlement arrest. Knights of Columbus. Another one. Sexual abuse against the Knights of Columbus. Band-Aid gang. How do the Knights of Columbus make their money? Let's see how. The Knights of Columbus operate a multi-billion-dollar business off of life insurance, Band-Aid gang. Hit the like button. Off of life insurance. That's how they make their money. But do you know they also got charges for fraud with life insurance? Did I mention that? They also got a lawsuit as well. Go look on TikTok. There's a man on TikTok say they finessed him. He was putting money. Yes. Now the mayor of Ocean Springs is a 3rd degree. It only goes up for 4 degrees. What was the hat that the boy had, the lawyer of Trump had on? Cox. Messing with boys. But here's the crazy part, gang gang. I don't know. I don't know if they had insurance on him. So now, life insurance fraud, now y'all people are starting to dig down the rabbit hole. So I didn't set it. I didn't set the grounds. Y'all start digging. And you're going to see how big this is. Thank you for the jewels. Now, Band-Aid gang, let's track some more. So let me tell you how we know what's going on. Look, y'all. Okay, so this is what they do as well. Watch this, gang. Which is going to take you to the little girls and the little boys that's in the pool. And why you always see all them boys hugged up on each other. Y'all just read it was allegedly. Y'all just read 100 boys was getting molested. Look at all the lawsuits for molesting children, boys. And to join this organization, guess what? You got to be 18 years old. How old was Nolan? Band-Aid gang? 18 years old. 18 years old. Now you already see. Now watch this, Band-Aid gang. We about to do them all type of ways. About to do them all type of ways. I can walk you to the water, but I can't make you drink. So let me go back to these clues, because we're going to show you something on good work, investigation work by Diamond Game. So we know Bobby Cox, right? A third-degree Knights of Columbus. This guy's wearing a hat. Bobby,
a mayor of Ocean Spring, and he's friends with these people. Cox is also the name of the lawyer that they hired first. Watch what I caught twice in 4 minutes.
boom. Now, Bobby Cox is with who? Bart's parents is with the governor. Bobby Cox with the governor. Bart's parents, which is a third degree of the Knights of Columbus, who has multiple charges of child molestation, embezzlement, insurance fraud. I'm going to say allegedly, but you guys saw it with your own eyes. So as we continue to track, we start to see. So everybody, former policeman Brandon Tatum, personally known as Officer Tatum, has also been involved with Gang Look. He's been featured at community and pro-life charity events aside local chapters of Knights of Columbus. Hit the like button. We beat you. So Brandon Tatum Band-Aid Gang. There it is. There it is. Did I mention that? Oh, we must have left that part out. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. So, Brandon Tatum knows the Knights of Columbus. So let's get back to what we do best. So now we start to look at things, right, a little bit different when we know that that organization of men have multiple cases of child abuse, sexual abusing young men. And one case that they had, they settled for $5 million. Hit the like button. So now we start to look at this a little bit different, right, Band-Aid Gang? So now our eyes are open.
All of us on the boat.
He's throwing the hand signs.
Who it is gonna believe what they want to hear. If they want to believe that my friends,
Boom, another hand sign.
I had something.
And then we start to look at things a little different. Band-Aid Gang. So we start to look at things a little different on this channel. Allegedly. Because if I'm not mistaken, Nolan is wearing a leopard shirt. And so is that guy. And every time I see these guys got their hand always in the back of Nolan, hit the like button. Nolan has on a leopard shirt. And they always got their hand behind Nolan. A leopard shirt with the hands always behind Nolan. And 100 boys filed lawsuits for molestation to the Knights of Columbus. "100 boys filed lawsuits against the Knights of Columbus." Embezzlement. And not just 100 boys. Do your research. I can take you to the water, but I can't make you drink. Someone says, okay, now that shows why young boy was scared on the boat party. Pictures that said for the June 26th, that guy was standing behind him. It was a big guy standing behind little guys at the pool. Hit the like button. So now these pictures are starting to look different. "100 boys in multiple cases were charged against that." Do your research. 100 boys. No girls here. It's a whole bunch of boys. So as we continue, Band-Aid Gang, as we continue to do this. Y'all take the Knights of Columbus with you. So now we go here. Now with that, them people, the Knights of Columbus having those charges that you guys look up, right? I'll go do your digging, and I'm sure you'll come back and you know that you're ahead of this case now. And not only that, the Knights of Columbus got all those charges about molestation, but they're so bold. Let me show you how bold they are. They also have donated money. Even though they got these charges and beat them, they still go back and fund places that... Hit the like button. Hold on, Diamond. I'm coming. They still donate money, right? Y'all get in here. So you can Google them, Band-Aid Gang. What up, Smitty? You can Google them yourself. And they also donate money, right? to foster homes. This home, they donated $3,000 to this foster home to look.
And the Knights of Columbus of Georgetown donating $3,000 toward the completion of a foster group home.
And that will be built in Berea. The facility will serve teenage girls who have survived human trafficking.
Did you hear that? Teenage girls.
WKYT's Maggie Rickerby and photojournalist Darnell Crenshaw talked with the founders of Redeeming Hope about how they can help these teens get back to living and not worrying.
Here it is. The Knights of Columbus out of Georgetown donating $3,000 toward Redeeming Hope. Once complete, the Berea home will house 8 teenage girls, ages 14 to 18.
So we are trying to let everybody know that this is a Kentucky thing. It's not a Madison County thing or a certain area thing, but it's for all.
So allegedly, they get them from 14 to 18. Once they turn 18, they're grown. So now, allegedly, again, a lot of the people adopt them, bring them. Now, when they turn 18, I'm pretty sure they start adopting them, allegedly. That's why you wonder what happened with Katie and all those other girls. Because they probably came from these homes and were adopted into the Knights of Columbus. Not in the group, but to families. That's why you don't hear nothing from the girl Katie. We don't know about her parents. All these children, these girls, we know nothing about their parents. They're adopted, allegedly, by rich people. And then guess what? They suffer, right, from human sex trafficking. So they're survivors, right? So they have all type of traumas, right? And allegedly, that's where Bart Daddy comes in. Hit the like button. Allegedly, that's where Bart Dad comes in. Because Bart's dad gives prescriptions to people that suffer trauma. Young children with drug abuse.
Hey, why I found out that Warren had just recently got released from a rehab.
There it is.
Somewhat like a mental health facility, rehabilitation center. Recently.
So that means Warren can go to Bart's dad and get some scripts. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. And did you know that Warren's dad is not his dad. Warren's mom is not his mom. Hit the like button. Those aren't even his biological parents. Hit the like button. Those aren't his biological parents. Allegedly.
You know what? I can't help but to think about Sasha Riley when we're talking about.
Doesn't it talk Sasha Riley? That's what it seems like what happened with Sasha Riley. Even when he was talking about the parties they had on the island, remember that? And they was hunting people and they had brutal fights out there. Remember, it was like they used to have fights to the death.
Yep, it's entertainment for sickos. And it just, to me, it just reminds me of Sasha Riley on being adopted into a family that used them as, you know, to me, like a cash cow.
That part. So, Diamond, let me ask you a question. One Papa, y'all, they got multiple charges, Diamond Gang, and they for molestation, but they still giving money to sex trafficking victims. But they got lawsuits for molestation, but still giving money to sex
To me,
trafficking.
it's
That's kind of ironic, y'all.
To me, it's kind of like money laundering, right?
There it is. Keep going, sis. Keep going. You started this mess. You got me into this.
It's somewhat like money laundering, because the simple fact is that they're taking money, funneling it through these agencies, these organizations, masking them as foster home organizations to help out with kids to find better homes. The whole entire time, that money is going to other people probably to be able to fund this underground essaying ring.
There it is. Y'all lucky. Y'all came to the right channel, chat. Y'all really getting the real deal. So let's get to this. So now let's open up pop. Now we're going to take you there. So now we're going to drop that. And this is why we have to keep our radar open, right? We got to keep our radar on. But at the same time, we got to move below the radar, right? I don't need a mass of people in my chat at this time. I don't need 2,000 people in there because they going to key on a little. I don't want that type of attention. Not yet. I just want the video that we're going to play out to get these guys prosecuted. Because when we get to having 3,000, 4,000 people in the chat, that's scary. Because now they're going to know we're on to them. So here it is, Band-Aid gang. So check this out, gang. So now I'm going to show you some more stuff. Here it is. Because now we had to fly in and do our aerial assault. So now we had to go ahead and hop in, right? The plane. We had to hop in the plane, Band-Aid gang. So I said, let's bring in the troops. Let's bring in the troops, gang. So we did this, Band-Aid gang. We went to Ocean Springs. Right where they went up the gut. They came around here in the boat. They came around here. They went around here like they said and was dropping off people. They was dropping off people coming all around here on the boat. But I don't want you guys to get confused. Band-Aid gang. They came around. Y'all remember they was dropping off people. Dropping off all them little girls that was on that boat. Dropping them all off. The little girls, gang. Dropping them off to the rich holders, allegedly. So then when they was doing that, Band-Aid gang, we kept tracking. Our channel did. We were on top of it. So then we came here, y'all. And we remember they came around the corner and they came over here, gang. They came down here in this area. And they said they jumped off the boat under the bridge and plugged the boat up. Plug the boat up. But I think it's probably a car to move that body. And then the car drove down here off Washington Avenue right up to right here. Band-Aid gang. Right here. And when they roll right here, we zoom in, Band-Aid gang. Right about here. Hit the like button. So right about here, our gang zooms in. And guess what, y'all? Here is right here, Knights of Columbus Hall. Hit the like button, y'all. The Knights of Columbus Hall. Around this building is a lot of places, a Catholic school, church here, and all of these cover-up buildings here. They have a Springs Hotel over here. On a back street, they have a Springs Hotel right here. This is a hotel. This is a hotel. And they got the cell phone towers right here. Make sure this operation is figured out. We tracking, gang. This is what we do. So, right down here is the Hall of the Knights of Columbus. Right here, right there. And Bobby Cox, Robert Bobby Cox is a third-degree Knight of Columbus. Need I say more? Need I say more? So now when you go and you look at the lawyer and you look at his hat, and they're just remarkable boys. They are just some awesome boys. They're just some remarkable young men. Now you know why. So when it came to Warren and Tristan telling two different stories about the same thing, right? And they said that it was officers, planes, all type of government officials out there. When allegedly they took Nolan's body back. So that means that law enforcement is involved. So which means why they tried to hide the conversation that I'm going to show you of this. So the phone call was really made, Band-Aid gang. When the distress call really was made, it was made on July 5th. Why do you say that, Dove? Why do we say that call was made on the 25th? This is alleged. So, I'm going to show you why I think. And I'm going to tell you something else. So, on that call, we heard this. Hit the like button.
The perfect
Giving
domain
y'all all the
tells
keys.
your brand story. Grab it now on Wix Domains and go from what if
I want to get this boat on sank and towed back, yes.
All right, where would you like it towed to, sir?
This is not interpretation. This is what the vessel's own instruments recorded, later extracted, converted into a readable file, and laid directly over satellite imagery by...
And not only that, there were some things redacted. So watch this, gang.
Marine Resources investigators. 2 accounts exist from the exact same stretch of water and time. One is a phone call describing an emergency in progress. The other is a machine with no motive, recording exactly how fast that boat was actually moving. This is...
Remember this. Mark my words. Remember I said that boat. Watch, I'm going to show you how I do it.
This is a video of Nolan Wells' friends on the sinking boat.
Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
She says, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hello, sir.
Hello. Okay.
How many adults on board?
There are 0 adults.
Check this out, y'all. Pay attention. Somebody in the chat said they got us messed up. They sure do. Watch this, y'all.
Hello. Okay.
How many adults on board?
There are 0 adults on.
Now listen. I want y'all to pay attention and listen close. Everything she asked this boy, he answered correctly. He answered everything correctly. And she's going to get mad at him. Like he didn't answer what he said correctly. Watch this, Band-Aid gang. I can't make it up.
Sinking boat.
Vicky speaking. How can I help you? Hello, sir.
Hello.
So, you know what that shows me, Band-Aid gang? I found out something just as we track. Right here. Hit the like button. We just got him again. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all want to hear this right here. Can y'all hear me? Put a 1 in the chat. I need to know if y'all can hear me. Somebody said what's happening. Okay. So watch this. I just found a key. What did you find, C-Dove? Watch this. They accidentally messed up and put 2 of the phone calls in there. How did they do that? Why did they do that? That's when they redacted the original, because this came out first, and then you started seeing the one that Nancy Grace started playing and all that, and they had took this first part out. But this is the original video that came out first, and they wasn't able to get the video off because only a couple people had it. And thank God I ran across it. But it's going to be 2 voices. Listen to this, y'all. Watch
Moving. This is a video of Nolan Wells' friends
The
on the
voice
sinking
is going to
boat.
change. Watch.
Vicky speaking. How can I help you? Hello, sir.
Then they said, hello, sir.
Okay.
How many adults on board?
Did y'all hear that? Vicky speaking. Then the next voice said, hello, sir. So we got 2 conversations. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all just heard that. Hello, this is Vicky speaking. Hello, sir. Hit the like button. Diamond, did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard it.
Hello, this is Vicky speaking. Hello, sir. So now watch this.
Of Nolan Wells' friends on the sinking boat.
Vicky speaking. How can I help you? Hello, sir.
Hello. Okay.
How many
what's
adults
going
on board?
There are 0 adults on board.
So she asked him, how many adults on board? He said 0 adults on board. So watch this.
But hold on, how old were they? Weren't they over 18?
It was some. No. Only one that was over 18 they say was Bart. They said Bart was over 18.
Okay.
But I think Warren is over 18 just by the way he looked.
Right. But the other
But I think they got these adopted kids off the grid. Now again, look at the picture. Boys on the boat. No girls. Another hand behind Nolan's backside. Another one has his hand in between Nolan's legs. So now listen to this. Watch this. He answered it right. No, 0 adults on board. But watch this.
There's nobody on board the boat?
So she said there's no one aboard the boat? That doesn't make sense. So listen to his response.
No. Nobody here is over the age of 21.
So he answered it for her right. He said no. Nobody here is over the age of 21. He answered it correctly. He even fixed what she said. But watch this.
Sir, that was not the question.
That was the question, Band-Aid Gang. Hit the like button. That was the question. And he answered it right. Am I correct? Put a 1 in the chat. Am I correct? She just said, sir, that's not that was not the question. So she comes back and asks a whole different question that she never asked him in the first place, which is this.
Is there a person? Is there a person, a living individual on the boat?
There it is. There it is. So this shows that there was some foul play going on. That dispatch wanted to know, is there a person, not people, a living individual on that boat?
It's almost like she was briefed before this conversation even
Right.
happened.
And when they was going allegedly to take that body back out there, they was going to tap in and say, is that person on that boat? So they know what the boat to get. That know that. Come on, gang, hit the like button. A living individual on that boat? Is there a? Here it is, gang. They talked in code.
Nobody here is over the age of 21.
Sir, that was not the question. Is there a person? Is there a person, a living individual on the boat?
Hey, we're at the...
Then the conversation changed. He said, yeah, see, we got you. Now his whole conversation changed because they redacted some of the conversation. Band-Aid Gang. Listen to what he said after she asked him that about the living individual on that boat. Let's play it again.
Sir, that was not the question. Is there a person? Is there a person, a living individual on the boat?
A person, living individual on the boat. Now, somewhere he answered that question, right? But they took it out. Because this is what he says after that.
Hey, we're at the west.
Hey, we're at the... Now it goes to letting them know where they're at. He never answered that question. He never answered that question. Go sit down. He never answered that question. Two different conversations. 2 different times. 2 different conversations. 2 different times. So, let's do them all type of ways. to what we've been trying to get the people to see. Because with us having this video, the 200 people that's in here are going to be feeling some type of way. 200 people, 261 people in here to be exact. If you guys are witnessing what we're showing you, so if we don't get a guilty verdict, you're going to be feeling some type of way. I'm going to be feeling some type of way. So again, Band-Aid Gang, they are up on Officer Tatum's channel without Christian. Like the thumbnail says, Warren is going to flip on Christian. Tristan, let me see how you say it. Tristan. Why is he going to flip? We're going to show you why is he going to flip. For one, he isn't there. He was not on Tatum's show. So we're going to give you the video on why he's going to flip. Why is he going to flip on him? Why is he going to flip on Tristan? Why is he going to flip on Tristan?
DistroKid is the easiest way to put out music.
You see, DistroKid makes it so easy to get your music on all of the streaming platforms.
Instagram, Apple, TikTok, Shazam. I just don't think that we give DistroKid enough credit for what they do. I'm getting major label services at...
Talked to them on the phone for like 20 minutes, gave him a description.
Why is he going to flip? So let me get to it. Let's show him why he's going to flip. This is why he's going to flip. Share my screen. It's going to be 234 people mad after seeing this if we don't get the verdict, because we have popped them.
People are going to be drunk and they're not going to want to do that.
Hit the like button, y'all.
When it comes to, you know, what happened at Horn Island. So what's your take on that?
So now we know that Brandon Tatum, right, is a part of the Knights of Columbus. So Brandon Tatum know who the Knights of Columbus is, and probably didn't know that we would figure out that he has had some dealings with the Knights of Columbus. Hit the like button. So, gang, this is what's gonna get them boys convicted.
On group of all these.
We've spoken a little bit, but that friend group that I'm a part of to this day, that was it. And him being the only black person.
Hold on, y'all. Get into it.
I never once thought, man, they look.
Let's go.
Initially, were you a part of the group that went to Horn Island?
So yeah, so I wasn't, no, clear that up. No, I was not on the boat with them. Yes, I was a part of the group that was supposed to go out. So the only reason why I did not go on the boat is I was offered
He was offered what? You was offered? No, he switches it up now and say he was begged.
I got begged to go, but my uncle, we also took 12 people out on our boat.
His uncle took 12 people out on that boat.
Not including us two, so 14.
With him and his uncle, 14.
And my uncle knows the passengers wouldn't have helped. Generally wouldn't have helped with anything. With that many people on a boat, you need a little bit of help.
So with that many people on the boat, it's telling me him and his uncle were the only 2 men on there. Because with 14 people on the boat, only thing they're going to be doing is drinking, throwing bottles in the water, making a little trash. You just got to put that in the trash can. So you mean to tell me out of 12 people on that boat, or 14, including him and his uncle, won't nobody help him do nothing? Let's continue.
Uncle was like, hey, can you just ride out with me and you can go do your thing throughout the day on the island? I don't care. I don't need you. I just need help to get out there and then pick everything up.
So what is this uncle going to pick up? Band-Aid gang? That he just needed him to get out there so he can pick up something? The uncle said he can do whatever he wants to. He just needs him to get out there real quick so he can pick up something. That part, is his uncle white or black? Is it his uncle? Or is it his adopted parents? Because Javon said that they was trying to get him back on the boat. Y'all remember when Javon said that? Because he was acting crazy and the parents on the boat was trying to get him back on the boat. So it was somebody's parents that was on that boat that he was on. Because Javon gave that up. Hit the like button. I'm not playing out here. I got the video. So it was some parents on that boat, but he said it was just his uncle. Because Javon said they got him back on the boat. They was trying to hurry up and get him back to the land because he was acting crazy, and the parents on that boat was trying to get him back. That's what Javon said. And I'll play that if you think I'm lying. So now we know he just need to get out there. But let's get to the meat and potatoes.
Because I know all these people are going to be drunk and they're not going to want to do the extras that nobody sees about going out on the boat, right? And so I told Wyatt that, and oops, my bad. But
see, now he's panicking. He wasn't supposed to say Wyatt's name. And then this is how you know that now it's all coming clear that Officer Tatum is involved with the Knights of Columbus, because we showed everything, right? Because he looks at Officer Tatum and say, after he mentioned Wyatt's name, and then he said, my bad. Why are you saying my bad to Officer Tatum? Did y'all talk before? Did you catch that, Diamond? Did y'all catch that? Put a one in the chat if y'all caught that. He been hollering Wyatt's name. He's going to even mention Wyatt's vote on this live. But why at that moment? Okay, I'll play it again. He said a name and wasn't supposed to say. I'll play it again. I'll play it again, Queen. Watch this.
people are going to be drunk and they're not going to want to do the extras that nobody sees about going out on the boat, right? And so I told Wyatt that, and oops, my bad. But I told him.
Boom. He said, shit, my bad. Exactly, Robert. Y'all heard that? He said, my bad. And if y'all think I'm playing, I'll even slow motion this tomorrow for y'all and put this video out too to show y'all that he really said that. He said, my bad. For the people that can't hear good. So now this is what's going to get him sent up. This video, his performance here sucked. They went back and they looked at the video, and what I think is that they saw me on their ass and they came with some different friends. They know I'm on their ass. So they turns around and go get another friend group because his performance here sucked. So watch this.
And so I told Wyatt that, and oops, my bad. But I told I told him that.
So he said, I told him that. See, he didn't want to say Wyatt's name again. He said, I told him that. Let's continue. Now watch this.
And I told him everything, which was go to plan. We were leaving a little bit earlier than them. I was gonna try to have a spot saved out. And Nolan calls me at 11 o'clock. I missed his phone call. Called me twice. I missed both.
Boom. I just found another clue. What's the other clue you just found, C-Dub? Let me plug my thing up. This gonna blow your mind. I just found another clue. Y'all finna be shocked on this one, gang. This one's a good one. I just found this. I bet y'all know nobody paid. King exposed, gang. I'm gonna do it to him again, Band-Aid gang. Listen what he just said. I found something.
I was gonna try to have a spot saved out. And Nolan, I told him that. And I told him everything, which was go to plan. We were leaving a little bit earlier than them.
Boom! You just fucked up, gang. How did he mess up, gang? He just said it was the code, the plan that they had, basically, right, was that they were going to be leaving a little bit earlier than them. So it wasn't that he got into a fight that they left early. His plan was already to leave early, gang. He just said it. Hit the like button. So now we know another clue we just found out. Now we know he didn't leave because of the fight. Now we know they were already planning to leave. Hit the like button. We just found another clue. Let's make sure our clue that we just found is real. So now we know his plan was already to leave early. Not because of the fight. It's because they had a plan. So meaning what? When they went down there, was that a whole setup? Now watch this guy. He gonna say it. Watch him say it.
And so I told Wyatt that, and oops, my bad. But I told him. I told him that, and I told him everything, which was go to plan. We were
code to plan. We were. There it is. He told Wyatt everything, which was a code of plan. Now we on him. What code of plan, gang? What was the code of plan? So now he told Wyatt the code of plan, Band-Aid gang, not because he got into a fight that they left. They was already planning to leave early. Now watch. Here it is. He gonna say it.
Leaving a little bit earlier than them.
There it is. We found a new clue.
But I told him. I told him that, and I told him everything, which was go to plan. We were leaving a little bit earlier than them. I was gonna try to have a spot saved out. And Nolan called.
There it is. They were gonna be leaving a little bit earlier than them. Not because of a fight. Not because of a fight, Band-Aid gang. Because that was part of the plan. So this will get them convicted. Now pay attention.
Calls me at 11 o'clock. I missed his phone call. called me twice. I missed both of them. I saw Wyatt and Nolan on the boat. They pulled right in front of our boat, and they were screaming. I turned my head, and I was like, yo, there's a spot over there.
Let me get to the
I
point.
was really upset. So with you hear me yelling, my uncle, that was my life.
So you want to start a podcast?
There was so many lies that I popped them in there.
Riverside's got you covered.
You got to
First,
go
to riverside.com.
But I'm gonna pop them again. I'm having fun with them,
Just hit
but
the record button to capture
I'm going to where
high-quality
we're
video
gonna
and audio
should get him
from
convicted.
Well,
Was my last encounter with Nolan. I was telling him I love him.
Right in there, he told about 3 lies. I did that the other day. So if you want to see me drag him, go back tomorrow to my last video, and I exposed everything he said in between there. My gang will tell you. He fucked up himself. I did him all type of ways. So watch this, gang.
Did you have any? So you leave the island. Did you have any encounters or association with these phones, with the keys? Did you have any connection to any of that?
I did not. So what I know, Warren started. I got my first phone call from Warren.
He got his first phone call from Warren. At what time?
At about 9:20. I didn't answer it.
He didn't answer when Warren called at 9:20. Warren is already freaking out looking for Nolan at 9:20. Let's continue.
I was asleep. I'd been on the boat all day. I didn't feel like going to party anymore. I went to bed. So I got my first phone call about 9:20, and I didn't wake up again until a little after 11 o'clock. And that was to my brother coming in the room and being like, hey, Warren's trying to get a hold of you.
So the first phone call on the same day at 9 o'clock, y'all, Warren was trying to get a hold of him, and his brother comes in at 11, and Warren's trying to get a hold of him. Now watch this.
You need to answer the phone. They're looking for Nolan. And I'm half awake, and I pick up the phone. And by this time, nobody had came to the house to grab anything.
So nobody came to what house to grab anything. So we don't know what type of house he's at, because who's going to be going over there? So far as we know, he could be at one of the guys' house, not his house, but wherever he's at. Some people ain't came over there to pick up something. No, this is not the next day. This is the same day, gang. This is the same day. He gonna tell on himself. Exactly. So this is the same day. This is the 4th of July. The same day, 9 o'clock, Warren calls him. And he's gonna explain that. Now watch this.
And Warren.
And he almost messed up. He said Nolan. Did y'all hear that? He
gets on the
mentioned
phone and he's just
Nolan's
like, hey
name.
man, he was like, hey, have you?
So now I want y'all to track that. Nolan came out of his voice and he corrected it. Now watch this.
And by this time, nobody had came to the house to grab anything. And Nolan.
Did y'all just hear Nolan? Put a 1 in the chat if you just heard him say Nolan. By mistake. Put a 1 in the chat. Let's get up to 100 likes. We need 100 likes, y'all. I know that's right, Edward. It must be nice to have a government lie for you. That's power. So now watch this. Now I don't want nobody to get confused. This is on the 4th of July, and he's going to explain that. Now watch this, gang. He accidentally slipped up and said Nolan. Watch this.
Time nobody had came to the house to grab anything. And Warren gets on the phone and he's just like, hey man.
So Warren gets on the phone on the 4th of July at 11 o'clock now, but he was calling looking for him at 9. That 9 o'clock still early. So watch this.
And, he was like, hey, have you talked to Nolan? Anything else? I was like, no, I haven't talked to him, man. He was with that girl last time I knew. And he was like, okay. He was like, man, we can't get a hold of him. We don't know where he's at. And I was like, man, it's Nolan. He's probably just out somewhere with that girl. Like, get a hold of the girl, you'll probably find Nolan. It's no big deal. And he was like, all right. He was like, but we're starting to freak out. We're getting on the phone with Coast Guard. I was like, okay. And at that time, he had already talked to his mom, Nolan's mom. And he was getting on the phone with the Coast Guard. And I'd called.
Boom. So now we know, watch this game. Warren is about to call the Coast Guard. So then he says, then I called. He's going to correct himself right here. But he's finna call somebody. But he's not going to call them on his personal phone. He's going to call them on somebody else's phone. Watch this game. We beat you. We broke the case. Look.
At that time, he had already talked to his mom, Nolan's mom. And he was getting on the phone with the Coast Guard. And I'd called. I need to be specific about that.
Boom. He fucked up and he know it. I need to be specific about that. You called who? Trayston? So let's see what Trayston does. Trayston turns around and calls right back to where Warren is. He calling the gang. Now watch this.
I did not call Warren's phone.
Now he's correct. I did not call Warren's phone. But what did you do then? Who did you call?
I called another one of our buddies' phone.
He called another one of his buddies' phone. He didn't call Warren. He called another one of the buddies' phone.
And it was on speakerphone. They were all together. I was talking.
Now, it was on speakerphone, and they were all together. Warren was there. Watch this.
On my other buddy's phone, talking to Warren.
Boom. On my other buddy's phone. So who phone you? Your other buddy's phone, but you talking to Warren. So we know he's talking to Warren. Put a 1 in the chat. So now we know on the 4th of July, he is talking to Warren at this point. Put a 1 in the chat so you don't get confused. So we know he's talking to Warren. Watch this.
He was dialing Coast Guard because he hung up the phone. I was like, hey, this is them, bye, and hung up the phone. And that was the last time I talked to him until the next.
Look, he says that was the last time he talked to Warren. Pay attention, y'all. We beat him. This is going to get them prosecuted. He's saying he doesn't talk to Warren again until when, Band-Aid Gang? Let's find out when was the last time, what day it was, what month. The next day he talks to Warren at this time. Watch.
Next morning when we all decided.
When? He said he didn't talk to Warren until the next morning, until they all decided. The next morning at 7 o'clock, they all decided, because that's what he said, he didn't talk to Warren until the next morning when they all decided to do what?
Well, when I woke up about 7 o'clock that morning, we had all decided that we were going to go out on the boat.
That they were all going to go out on the boat, gang. Band-Aid Gang, they all decided at 7 o'clock that they were going to go out on the boat. Who boat y'all finna go out on, Warren? I mean, Tristan, whose boat are y'all about to go out on?
And go look for Nolan. Wyatt had already had his boat still in the water.
Boom. So Wyatt's there. Wyatt still already had his boat in the water. So now we know Wyatt's there. Warren's there. Trayston is there. We don't know what other two people was there. He didn't give no other names. But we do know that Warren, Wyatt, and Trayston was there. Now watch this.
We took that boat out. It was
what day are we talking?
Now you said what day?
So that's Sunday morning.
Sunday morning on the 5th. The 5th?
So it's Saturday the 4th. was the 4th of July. The 5th was Sunday. We were on the water from 9:45.
So they got there at 9:45. 7 they met up. 9:45 they get to Horn Island. Warren, Tristan, and Wyatt on Wyatt's boat, the Triton. Now watch this.
To 11:50, 12 o'clock.
So they was listen, y'all. So that means they was on Horn Island for at least 2 hours before they were approached by the National Guard. So they had 2 hours on that island. Remember that. Mark that down. They had 2 hours on that island before what happened, Tristan?
Era, about lunchtime. While we were on the water, we talked to a rescue guy, and he told us to get off the water. And
So at 11:50, the guy told them to get off the island. At 11:50, the guy told them to get off the island. So they were on the island for 2 hours with Warren, Tristan, and Wyatt with Wyatt's boat. They should get them prosecuted. Now we know that. Now watch this game.
said that they kind of had the island and the water under control. That's the professionals, man.
Yeah.
They told us to get on social media.
Boom. So the professionals told them to leave. So now we know that what happened started at 7 o'clock with Warren, Tristan, and Wyatt's boat at 7 o'clock. Ended at 11:50, 12 o'clock. Somebody told them to leave. So now we have the video to pop them. We beat them again. So watch this, Band-Aid gang. Hit the like button.
Her dad for a while, and I mean, all my friends were downstairs. I went upstairs, talked to her dad. We were talking about boats and stuff, and I've been with my friends all day. I was just talking to everybody, but
So remember, he went on and talked to the dad. Nothing, never mentions that he called Tristan at 9 o'clock. He never said none of that. During all of this, he's gonna tell you he's not gonna mention hollering at Tristan at all.
So where's this picture at? Like,
Right.
what is it? What's the context around?
for the 4th of July, we all went to a friend of ours in Pass Christian. We have a lot of friends from Bay St. Now Pass Christian. We all went over there to hang out, and
And Nolan was in that picture.
Nolan was in that picture. I mean, that was a week before the 4th of July, so
now watch this.
That picture is not associated within even the same. I mean, that was like
at swimming and having a good time at a lady friend's house.
Right. I never got to the pool. I talked to her dad for a while, and I mean, all my friends were downstairs. I went upstairs, talked to her dad. We were talking about boats and stuff, and I've been with my friends all day. I was just talking to everybody, but
So you talked to the young lady's dad, and then how long was it before you?
So, but at 9 o'clock, check it out, Band-Aid gang. He had called Tristan looking for Nolan. But now he goes upstairs and talks to the dad about boats. Didn't say nothing about Nolan until when? So this is nighttime, right? Late at night. Watch this.
You realize, or you guys realize that where's Nolan at?
I mean, I went back downstairs, and all my friends were just hanging out, and my buddy Wyatt had addressed, talking about Nolan, and I was like, well, where is Nolan? Have y'all heard from him? And
boom. But not from what Tristan said. You was calling Tristan at 9 o'clock about Warren, about Nolan. So now finally, late at night when y'all went to the party at 11 o'clock time, listen.
And he was like, no, we haven't. And I was like, okay, well, it's a little concerning. Like, I mean, I'm not freaking out or anything, but like, I'm trying to find out where Nolan is. So I texted Javon and I was like, hey, and also a couple other buddies that I had at the island. I was like, hey, have y'all seen Nolan? Did he ride in with y'all? And all the buddies were like, no. Well, I texted Javon and I was like, hey, can you send me Miss Christine's number? Because I haven't heard from Nolan. And if she hasn't heard from Nolan, then I'm calling the Coast Guard. And so eventually Javon sends me her number.
Who is her? That's
Miss Christine.
Miss Christine is
Nolan's mom.
Nolan's mom. Okay.
Yeah. And I walked down to the dock because, I mean, there was a lot of people at Ava's. Not a lot, but, there was probably 15 of our friends there. And I was just like, walked down to the dock with a couple of my buddies, and I got on the phone. I called Miss Christine, called her the first time. She didn't answer. I called her a second time, and I got on the phone with her, and I asked her if she had heard from Nolan. She said no. And I said, all right, well, don't freak out. I'm going to call the Coast Guard. And this was at about 11 o'clock.
So what's your intent in calling the Coast Guard, right?
Boom. There it is. So this was what? About 11 o'clock. But he called Tristan at what time, gang? 9 o'clock. Worried about Nolan. He acting like he ain't worried about Nolan now until 11 something o'clock. So this is where we get confused. Now watch it, but this is where we're going to pop them too.
Right, because right now, Nolan could be with a chick. He could be with somebody else.
Right.
He could have gone back with somebody else. What made you concerned enough that you felt like you couldn't weigh it out anymore? You had to call the Coast Guard.
Watch this game.
I mean, like I said, my friends and I have been on the water our whole life. Stuff happens. People die all the time. I know people that have died out there. And, it's a fun place to be, but it's also a very, very dangerous place to be if you're not handling it right. And Nolan, so I hadn't heard from him. And obviously, I'm thinking I'd way rather be safe than sorry. I mean, I would rather call the Coast Guard 100 times and lose my mind.
So I'm about to take y'all there. We got 300 and some people in here now. So y'all about to witness if we don't get a prosecution after I play this part, because at 7 in the morning on July 5th, he went out with Wyatt, Tristan's boat, because it was in the water. Not Tristan's boat, Wyatt's boat. Tristan and Warren went out at what time, Band-Aid gang? 7 in the morning. Got there at 9:45 is what he said. Stayed there until 11:50 until a Coast Guard told them they had it in control. That's what Tristan said. But look what Warren says.
Phone calls to either DMR or Jackson. Worst case scenario.
Yeah, so probably the first.
And I would assume that, and stuff,
look what
stuff
Warren says.
That call, nothing that night, and
look,
you guys,
stuff that happens out there, and I was just worried about my friend.
That's what Warren says.
And so you guys made that call, nothing that night, and I'm assuming you wake up the next day, and then what happens?
So he wakes up the next day, hit the like button. Shit finna get real. He wakes up the next day. Now he's gonna explain to you what happened the next day. But we know what Tristan said. Tristan said they got up at 7 in the morning. 9:45, they was at Horn Island until 11:50. And it was him, Wyatt's boat, and we don't know the other two people. But listen to Warren's story, what he did the next day. Band-Aid gang.
I wake up the next day at about 7:30. And
he woke up, we got him, at 7:30, gang. July 5th, he wakes up at 7:30. What happened?
And my dad had texted me because obviously Nolan's photo was all over Facebook, and you know, I just saw it everywhere, and I was freaked out because I was like, oh my gosh, like that, you know, I assumed, you know, Nolan's just, you know, we had been drinking all day, and like, you know, that he's just sleeping somewhere, and you know that he's okay, but I didn't want to believe that if we didn't know for sure. So, I mean, next day I woke up and my stepdad walked to my room and he said, hey, like, have they?
Boom! So his stepdad walks down the stairs and says what, y'all?
I heard anything about Nolan? Like, what's going on?
Have you heard anything about Nolan? Like, what's going on?
Because I hadn't spoke to him.
Because I haven't spoke to him. What is the stepdad needing to speak to Nolan for? So, watch what happens.
And he was like, I was like, yeah, no, like, I don't know. I had just gotten up. And he was like, all right, well, we're going and getting on the boat and looking for him. And I was like, okay, yeah. So I got my buddy Ricky, I got my buddy Brooks, I got my buddy Jax.
He got Ricky, Brooks, and Jax.
Mom came on the boat.
Mom and his dad came on the boat. Where's Tristan? Where's Wyatt's boat? Where's Wyatt? Because you said you went with Brooks, your buddy Jax, your mom, your dad, and you never mentioned Wyatt's boat and Tristan. And don't forget Ricky. Ricky was there. So we got Ricky, Jax, Brooks, Mom, and Dad. First of all, who the hell is Ricky? Who the hell is Jax? And who the hell is Brooks? So who the hell is Ricky? Who the hell is Jax? And who the hell is Brooks? Hit the like button. We ain't got to live like this, Band-Aid gang. We ain't got to live like this. Who is Brooks? Who is Ricky? Who is Jax? But we want to know where is Wyatt and Tristan on this day. Because that's who he was with. So guess what happens, Band-Aid gang?
With my stepdad and I, and we all went out there and looked. When I got out there was dozens of DMR boats.
There it is. But when you was with Tristan, y'all was on the island for about 2 hours before you was approached by the rescue guys. That's what Tristan said. But when you with Mom and Dad, Ricky, Brooks, Jax, not even on Wyatt's boat, soon as you got out there, dog, they was already out there. Soon as he got out there, helicopters and everything was already out there. What about the 2 hours on the island that you was that Tristan said y'all was on the island for 2 hours, gang? that y'all got there from 9:45 to 11:50. Need I say more?
Whoever is telling them to do all these interviews definitely is inexperienced in any type
But
of.
when they do the interviews, they can't have me around. They have to do the interview like on some private. After what we just heard right now, these guys need to be prosecuted. You have two different stories, Band-Aid Gang, for the same day. And I found it.
We beat you.
We beat you, gang. All the gems is right here on this video, our last video, and the video before that. Trayston said you was on Warren's boat from 9:45 until 11:50. On Wyatt's boat from 9:45 till 11:50. And y'all met up and left at 7. You said you woke up at 7:30 to your dad saying, "Where's Nolan? Let's go look for him." And you were with Brooks, Ricky, Jax, your mom, and your dad. Never mentioned nothing about Wyatt's boat. And soon as you got out there, Warren, the search was already out there. So what we need, or what we really need to find out is Christian told the real story. I believe, allegedly, that's when y'all got rid of the body. And I believe your mother and your father allegedly got so much power, and that whole town is crooked as hell, and that Gulf is a major hub for alleged human sex trafficking, a drug port, allegedly, gotta keep saying that. And they have the whole satellite off the grid. And y'all do all of your dirty work on that island. So, we got the keys. We got the video. Here's the video. It's on my channel all by itself. I just did it like this, but I got the video in chronological order. It's the video that you see on my channel that says the video that, that's the video all the way straight through. Y'all go ahead and share that video. Let's get it in the algorithms. It's both of their conversations back to back. There it is, y'all. So you guys are going to get, everybody over here in our community are going to get mad after seeing that video. So if we have to go far as marching down the yellow brick road to get justice for this boy, we're going to put that video in our pocket and play it on a big screen across the street from the White House and let them see what them two boys said. There it is. Right there. Yes, we have updates. We're going to have an update, Diamond. So Diamond has found out that, yes, Officer Brandon Tatum has connections with the Knights of Columbus. So there's another couple of names that I want to look and see who is involved with the Knights of Columbus. So our focus is on who is connected to the Knights of Columbus. We're also going to get to some more cases that the Knights of Columbus was into. So
yeah,
now,
that would be definitely something the audience needs to hear about, because we want them to understand the seriousness of this situation and who is involved, allegedly.
yeah, they say the keys was at Wyatt's house, but I don't really know where the keys are. I think that I don't know where the keys were. I don't know where the keys were, but I think that
didn't the father, Nolan's father, say he went to go pick up his keys? And they act like they didn't want to go get him.
But the crazy part about it is that I was always wondering with his parents, let us know whose house they was at. Let us know so the people can track.
And those people should be on the interview.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
the people who own that house.
I would be careful with Ben Crump.
Right. My thing is, though, Dove, there's multiple people that are not in this interview.
Oh, yeah.
That should have been interviewed. Or if you look at it, if there's supposed to have been 4 boats, right?
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly, they can only fit 14 on each boat.
Right. Like Angel just said, them people that own that house needs to be brought in.
Yeah.
That too.
I'm even thinking too, like, who is Jax? Who is Brooks? Who is Ricky, gang? I think those were some made up names, bro.
It could be.
I think Ricky, Brooks, and all of that was some made up names. So the officers need to go find out who is Ricky, who is Brooks, and who is Jax. That's not the guys that was sitting on that stand. I don't think none of them had that name.
It was Morgan.
It was Morgan?
Warren.
And what was the other guy name? And let me end by giving y'all this gem. I'm gonna give y'all another gem real quick. I'm not gonna show it, I'm gonna just talk it. So the other gem is I want to explain to you guys this. Pay attention to the signs and the symbols. Watch this, gang. Remember what I'm gonna tell you right now. 30 days went by.
Somebody in the audience said Jax.
So they might have had Jax with them. So there was a Jax with them then.
Yeah, I think it was Jax. Morgan, Jackson, Warren.
Morgan, Jackson, Warren. So where's Ricky and Brooks?
Mm-hmm.
Said most interviews was Warren, Morgan, and Jax. Okay.
But we also know there's more people involved, gang. Mm-hmm. If you want what they want us to do is focus only on them 3. On them, or probably 3 or 4, right?
Yeah.
But we know it's a bigger picture because it was way more people out there and way more adults involved, and they just want to center it on those 3 so the other people won't be looked at.
Right there on the charger.
Hey, get this person up out of here.
And Diamond, you know those girls that was up in the pool, the other girls that took the picture with them?
Do I got any mods in here? Did you hear? Did you hear? You hear Angel?
Yeah, I heard you. Hold on.
You know the other girls that was in the picture in the pool party with the neon lights, the different color lights.
Yeah.
They should be brought in too.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of people that should have been interviewed from jump that same day or the next day when they figured out that he was gone. All those people that was on those boats. There should have been some type of way to tally all those people that were on those boats out there on those boats. But the fact is that they are trying to center this around just 3 or 4 people when we all know there was more people involved, more people seen something know something. And
you know what? I think that's real too. I want everybody to think strategically before they even give this whole operation gets exposed. They're gonna actually come up with the person that they choose to pick to take the rap for unaliving Nolan. And allegedly, I think they're gonna say it's Tristan.
they're gonna try everything they can, but my thing is so many other suspects.
I think they're gonna put it on Tristan, y'all.
Yeah,
Because when that video we just played, that video I just played popped him. And the way he performed is enough way that they can swindle and say it was him. From his nervousness, his arms being crossed, the things he said. Because Warren is going to try to debunk that happened. But we heard what Tristan said. So they're going to turn around and say Tristan went out there and took the body and everything. Because Tristan left early.
And then you got to look at it. Look at the attorney. And like I said, the attorney is threatening. He said a person will be harmed. I mean, painful.
Please use unalived in the chat. I gotta delete that chat, but I do that out my chat. Sorry, Diamond. I gotta delete it. I'm delete the comment. I'm not gonna delete the person. We have to say unalived on the channel.
Oh, there's something in the chat. Okay.
And we did say that too. We said that someone's gonna come up unalived and was the culprit. Then they might come out with the evidence. Tristan need to.
They're basically trying
Tristan need to roll. Tristan need to make a deal. Somebody need to make a deal. If I was Tristan and I know what's going on, I'll be down there. I'll go to another state, get in what they call it in protection, and I go ahead and make a deal.
Well, do you think they're going to really be protected? Look at all the people that are affiliated with this organization.
I would make a deal.
Pretty much the whole.
Tracy got to make a deal. Tracy has to make a deal, bro.
All the people around him is corrupt.
I know that, but we're right here, Diamond. Right now, we are right here. We're ahead of our time when it comes to this case. Right now, Tracy has to make a deal. He's not there, but he's there. If y'all know what I'm talking about. He's not there, but he's there. He has to go to witness protection. There's a reason why they did not bring him there. Think about it. They brought him to the interview. Only people that was interviewed first was Tristan and Warren on national television on YouTube. Those were the first two. Now he's gone? Why did they bring him to the interview in the first place?
That's true. That is true. But I believe it's more people involved in this than just them.
Oh, I believe the whole family. We don't know what happened in that swimming pool. They all could have turned into vampires. Hell, we don't know. We seen that thing coming out of dude's neck. We don't know what these people are. When people have relations with young kids, that's sick.
It is very sick.
I would not even want to be in an organization that has those type of cases. It doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, Band-Aid Gang, let me get to this part so y'all could be aware. First thing when they came out with remember when the girl went out there and was showing all the cameras and stuff? Do y'all remember that? Going all around under the bridge showing that there was cameras filming. The girl that came with the cameras filming, okay? Notice how long it took for them to come out with the cameras filming. It took a month. Because after a month, all of the stuff disappears. It disappears. The camera resets again after a month. So that was no big surprise to me. I was like, oh, they want to bring out the cameras now, Diamond, like they was there a whole month after they got time to erase. And then here's another trickery that they did to you guys, to us. But I wasn't fooled. My team wasn't fooled. They only really showed one boat that they were tracking. We followed one boat, but we don't know where all 4 boats went.
Exactly.
We know
That's
where
why I
one
said
boat
that
went.
right now. That's what I'm saying. Right now, they want to paint a narrative and they want to get us centered on one boat. These 3 boys, these 4 boys. They want us to focus on that, but it's a bigger picture than that. So instead of us looking at just them, we need to look at the whole big picture. How many other boys was out there? How many adults was out there? How many girls was out there? There was allegedly 4 boats. We only know about 1 boat. So what's up with the other 3? Why wasn't these boats seized to be held for evidence to get fingerprints from? There's a certain spray you could spray to find out if there was blood on the boats. Why was none of that done by the detectives?
Now, I hope y'all pay attention, because I pay attention to everything. I seen it. I didn't think much of it because I was doing some editing, and I was like, you know what? They think that I didn't see what they just did. When they showed the video of them on the water, and the recent videos that had came out with TMZ Band-Aid Gang, they showed Warren in that video moving around with his hat off, right? But I paid attention to a blue, looked like a cooler, a blue cooler, a baby blue cooler was on that boat. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all paid attention to that baby blue cooler that was on that boat. And just recently, I seen a clip where like an officer boat was pulling that boat out of the water. And they made sure they let us see the officer picked up that same baby blue cooler. And he took the baby blue cooler, kind of looked at the camera like he wanted us to see that he took the baby blue cooler and put it in the back of the police boat. But what I thought was that could have been 2 ways, because they could have thought that we never paid attention to that blue cooler. But if they didn't pay attention to the blue cooler, didn't think that we paid attention to the blue cooler, then when that officer looked at the camera, he might have been doing a sign for something. I don't know. But to me, someone is going to get framed. And also, that person that get framed can be traced in. Because what they're doing now, in order not for this whole operation to get popped, they're going to have to frame somebody. So the boats that are missing, maybe all of a sudden, they're going to track Traston. And they're putting up some evidence or whatever to come out and put this on Traston. Because somehow they're going to have to come out in the framing, allegedly, if it is, with finding out where Traston went. Because with the video that we just put out, exposed the whole thing. Somebody is going to have to take a deal at this point. The video we showed, if Tristan sees that, if Warren sees the video, we might not be that big. We're not no Nancy Graces or Don Lemon, you know, the ones that they're paying attention to. But if they turn around and see the video that we have, then somebody gonna have to take a deal. If that lawyer sees the video that we have, somebody got to take a deal. See, everybody's lawyered up except for who? Trayston. So, Trayston may come up missing.
Let me ask you this. Was Trayston the first person to give an interview out?
Trayston was the first person. Yes, I know when he came on the news. I remember when he came on the news, did an interview, and his first thing was that he knew Nolan. And then the second time I seen him, they was talking about he was mad that the mom responded back and said she didn't know Trayston.
Right. So Trayston came out of nowhere with no attorney and addressed the public about what he believed went on and how he was trying to cover his bases without an attorney present.
Without an attorney present.
That can explain the reason why these people, these other boys, are trying to paint a narrative. Because Tristan did something that they didn't want him to do.
There it is. And we right on top of it.
He already started to talk. And they didn't want nobody to talk. So once they seen he started talking, now they're trying to paint a narrative.
But we got to think about if he was told to talk. That's where we are now. If that part we don't know at this point, Diamond Gang. So,
with no attorney present, when have you ever seen a person that could be possibly a suspect to an unaliving not have an attorney present? When
they said they've been talking about it all week. Talking about what, gang? Somebody put a sacrificial lamb. Can you be a little bit more specific so the chat can understand what you mean by the sacrificial lamb? We do want a drawing on that. Well, KK, whatever your name is. Come on, man, get out of here, bro. Go back to the beginning of the live, and you'll catch up. So don't come in my chat. Be careful when you come in my chat or what you say, and asking me to, be respectful. Until you start typing in my chat, make sure you go watch the videos because you sound stupid. And just be respectful. That's all we ask you.
Right, and so. My thing is this. He was definitely, but I believe all of them were told to talk. But for him to come without a lawyer present, and they came with the attorney, allegedly, because I still believe that something's up with this guy, with this white and black hat with the Cox hat on it, called Cox. That so-called attorney that was sent there by Taylor Cox, I believe there's something up with that man. Okay.
Well, we didn't go. So what we're going to do is we already know that Brandon Tatum Diamond is connected with the Knights of Columbus.
Correct.
Okay. We need to go now and look at this lawyer. If he's connected, I don't think he probably connected, but the lawyer, because he said he contacted, it was another lawyer named Cox. They went to her.
Tyler Cox, his co-counsel.
It's Tyler Cox.
To go with those, he told him to sit there with those boys. But my thing is, he said, I don't even know these boys. And then in the same breath, he says, well, I believe these boys, I'm 100% sure. If you don't know them, how can you be 100% sure of anything? And then he said all these things about them, and then you seen him doing those hand signals to
Knights of Columbus.
And exactly. So my thing is we all know that this is a staged situation with these interviews, but I believe there's more people involved than when they want us to know, and that's what I'm curious to find out about.
So again,
I do also believe somebody is definitely going to tell. Someone's definitely going to wrong. So I agree with you, Dev.
Absolutely agree. Again, I was gonna play it, but like I said, everybody, do your research, go back and just watch the video from the beginning. And
Right.
somebody just asked me, Diamond, about the Knights of Columbus. What's that? If you don't know, watch the video.
Yeah,
And
watch
from the
the
beginning.
video.
I'm not gonna explain it again, but this is a big network. I have all the information is in this live. So just go back and find out who the Knights of Columbus is. I would have to play this all over again. I would love to with 321 people in here, but go back and watch the video, and it's gonna explain what type of machine that we're dealing with. This is a machine. It's a machine.
Understand when organizations are being sued for messing with minors, multiple boys, hundreds of boys, that's not just a something that you can skate by. That is an allegation that is serious. And there is multiple organizations out here that have similarities to getting in trouble for stuff like this. But for people in the comments to say it's a stretch to associate the Knights of Columbus with this situation, no, it's not. It's not a stretch. And that's why Doug said watch the whole video and you'll learn something. You'll learn something in this video, okay?
Someone said that okay. Someone said that okay. Well,
you're reading the comments, Dove.
I'll pay attention to it. Yeah, okay, this is the Knights of Columbus, who the mayor, which is connected to everything, the Knights of Columbus. Knights of Columbus, Band-Aid gang. More than 100 boys were accused the Knights of Columbus coach, Kenneth McLean, of sexual abuse over many years. Eventually, a lawsuit was settled. They settled out, y'all, April 25th. So this was last year. On April 25th. But this is not just one, it's multiple. So the Knights of Columbus have a temple right there in Ocean Springs, and the mayor is a third-degree Knights of Columbus. And it only goes up to 4 degrees. It's an only boy organization. So multiple lawsuits for embezzlement, child molestation, insurance fraud is how they make their money. So you made me go there again. So if you didn't know, that's the big connection. The Knights of Columbia. And they have a lounge, big lounge, right there in Ocean Springs.
Right. And Dove, thanks for going back and letting the audience know a little more, because I'm pretty sure they do need to rewatch this video. But since we're still on here,
it's like the old
let's give them what
adage,
they want.
why do you rob banks? That's where the money is. Why are you running a boys club? That's where the boys are.
It's like nobody would listen to me. Nobody.
There are people who are calling me saying that, you're not getting the true story.
Almost fell through the cracks, which is sort of, I think, a metaphor for this case.
I wrote to the church and they were like, oh, we only do priests.
When we started to get reports from more than one person about what had happened, we said, wow, this is different. This is not involving a priest.
Ken McLaughlin, a legendary basketball coach, passed away on Sunday at the age of 93.
This was really a Bronx institution and community, and the legacy of that is tarnished by these accounts and allegations of more than 100 boys being sexually abused. That's a big number.
There's really a media fatigue and covering the story, despite our attempts to really qualify that this was a different story than your typical Catholic Church sex scandal.
To this day, I still get emails saying he was the best coach for my son. And I go, I'm glad he went through a period of not being sexually active. But when he was, his choice was children. And I was one of them.
I think one of the great tragedies of the last 20 years is that we've learned that virtually every religious organization is perfectly capable of letting children be sexually abused and covering it up. So what that means is that when they find out the ugly truth, historically, they didn't go to the authorities, and it meant the poison stayed in the system.
And not only one, Band-Aid gang, more than one allegations, and they settled for millions of dollars. The Knights of Columbus, and just to show y'all, I'm gonna just say it. The governor is a third degree Knights of Columbus, and we have a Knights of Columbus temple. Here's an overview of Ocean Springs. And for the people that didn't know, do your own research. Again, we asked you to do that. Band-Aid gang. So we were recently, there it is, right here. Right here, Knights of Columbus. Right there. Right there. Knights of Columbus. There's your Knights of Columbus. Embezzlement charges. And a whole lot more. Do your research. That's why allegedly I keep wondering why we see Nolan and all those boys in those pictures. We've done a lot more. We got a little bit deeper in this video. Just replay gang. Y'all go in there and it's gonna get a little more in depth. But we're gonna go ahead and look into what's his name? Or Diamond's gone. A couple more people to see if they are affiliated. But that's what the cover up is coming from. The governor is a third degree. We just showed you that that Tatum is also affiliated with the Knights of Columbus. So we have a major cover up. To be a part of the members of all boys group, to become one, you have to be 18 years old. And yes, the mayor of Ocean Springs, he's a third degree. He's a third degree. I just put that out. I just showed the facts on it. If you don't believe me, go ahead and look for yourself. Hold on. You don't believe me? Well, here it is. Pay attention to the hat that you seen that attorney wearing. Let Diamond back up, y'all.
Hey, y'all. Sorry, I had to handle something.
So right here is all his credentials, and right here. There it is, highlighted. Robert Bobby Cox, 3rd degree member of the Knights of Columbus. There it is. And the church right here, long member of the Saint, whatever that is called church. And that is also, you see that church right there? This one right here, highlighted, Band-Aid Gang. He's also a member of that church. And that is...
Can we see if that church has had any allegations?
We can. I mean, you can do the research on that tomorrow. I will look into that, but that church is in the same location. That church is here. So not only one, that church would be right here, Diamond Gang, Band-Aid Gang. That church is... Hold on, I got it. That church is right here, y'all. Right here. Right there. Y'all see it? Right here? Right there where the arrow is? It says it's highlighted right there. Y'all see it? Can you see what I'm showing, Diamond? Right there. Do you guys see it? It's also right next to the same area. Can you see that, Diamond? Y'all see that? Put a 1 in the chat. So that church is right here. So this one.
There's no volume.
Hold on. You can't. Hold on. You can't hear me, Diamond? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me. Or she just can't hear me. If y'all can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. Okay, so I guess something's wrong with her stuff. So now look, y'all. So we're going to zoom in. Right here is that other credential he has. Here's the religious office, educational office to that. Then you slide over here. So that's also part of it here. And then when you go right over here, here is the Knights of Columbus right there. There it is. Embezzlement, insurance fraud, child molestation, but still donating money to orphans that suffered being sex trafficked. But they're donating money to orphanages, to young little girls that were being sex trafficked. But you got charges for child molestation. Y'all see where we going with this thing? Because they donating money to orphans that were sex trafficked, but you got charges for sex trafficking. I mean, for a child molestation. But you're still donating money to children that were sex trafficked, but they were girls. So was, just alleged, when Trayston said his uncle needed to go, didn't care, he needed to drop off some stuff. What did he need to go drop off? A boat full of girls? Did Tristan and them have a boat full of girls that they transferred to another boat that probably went up the Gulf over to Louisiana side, allegedly? So is they transporting over there on that island? Because if I'm not mistaken, they were drinking on it. They wasn't being supervised by any police. They're off the grid. It's owned by the feds. So is that a trading area where you go drop off the pack from another person that got an expensive boat? They can get over there, and they, long as they can make it to Horn Island, they straight. That's what we do over here, gang. That's why I'm so emotional with the way I speak. Because it's real.
Right. And then you gotta look at the money that they were giving to these charities was not even going to the kids. It was going to the handlers of the kids.
There it
that
is.
were trafficking those kids to them.
And notice, they said when they left, they was tracking that one boat. And that one boat was making multiple stops all through there. Like they were dropping off people. So they could always go there, transporting them girls and dropping them off to those rich people. They're having relations with them, allegedly. It's just an organizational ring. That's what's going on, gang. A major bust that could happen. That's why they going gun-ho to cover this up. It's bigger than what we think. So again, go look up the Knights of Columbia. I didn't even have to go read all those. It's so many other cases they got.
And we don't know for sure if this attorney that's sitting there with these boys wasn't getting paid through the money laundering scheme also.
Yeah,
that
and I
can
think
explain why he's upset.
Yes, he was upset. You're right,
They're messing
Diamond.
with his money. They're messing with that man's money.
They messed up. That's why the attorney looked so mad. He's probably like he's gonna plant fear in them little boys. It was like he was sent there to put fear in them little boys. And it's deep, y'all. It's deep. And that's how deep it is. That's power. That's you're dealing with a machine, like somebody said in the chat. I exposed them, y'all. We're dealing with a machine. And there's so much that we can do.
Mm-hmm.
But the 299 people here that's here to witness, y'all gonna be madder than 10 white people. If these boys are not pulled in court and they try to throw this out the window. If they try to throw this out the window, come on, gang. It's going to be a lot of mad people after seeing the videos that we showed you guys. Seeing the video where Warren tells a whole different story than Tristan said. And it was on the same day. Nobody captured that. I did. And thank God I was able to bring it to you guys so you could see it. And that's just what it is. Will I continue? I will continue to bring the truth allegedly, but I ask you to do your own research. If I have to come back the day after tomorrow, because I will, because I'm about to get back in the trenches like I do, I'll be working tomorrow to bring you the best content, but I will go back to playing the video until Warren and Tristan sees it. Someone is going to make a deal once they figure out that we have the video where they told two different stories for the same day, which was July 5th. Someone is going to roll. Someone allegedly may come up missing. So everybody wonder why no one told. Why didn't that's so ironic. For a small island like that and all those people being that close to each other, sitting in the water like some reptiles, sitting in that water, and ask yourself this question, gang. Because I can't make this shit up. I ain't never seen no people just get off a boat while it's sitting right there and stand right there in some nasty ass water, not setting up no campsite, nothing. They just sitting in the motherfucking water. What type of shit is that? That you just get off the boat and sit in some nasty ass water in the ocean, waiting on a shark to come bite you in the ass. Waiting on a shark to come bite you in your ass. So ask yourself this question. Why would they go back and then try to show the body pop back up, gang? Ask yourself another question. Why they take Gang throat and then took his lungs? What else did they take from Nolan and sell on the black market? Did they sell Gang organs? Did his mama see the son? Was it a open casket? Was it a closed casket? Ask yourself them questions. Did they sell his organs? Did they have life insurance on him? Because that's how the Knights of Columbus makes their money. Through life insurance. And they have cases for committing fraud with life insurance. I'm confused. So they took his lung, his neck, allegedly his stomach. Did his mother see her son? Was it an open casket or a closed casket? If the heat was on, Band-Aid Gang, why didn't the body never pop back up? Because now you're wondering, why would they go back and try to make it look like he drowned when they easily he could have disappeared? So either some dope fiends around here to be so rich you can't be that bright type shit, because they were better off not letting the body ever come back again. But see, the man upstairs, he works in mysterious ways, don't he? So let me ask Diamond Gang and let me ask my chat. They were better off to get away with this cover-up if Nolan's body never was found. Did I mention that? Oh, I must have left that part out. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. So we're not stupid and we're not dumb. And this internet is undefeated. Don't get mad that you guys made this machine. Because not only do you have a machine, we have one too. So we know you tried to pull witchcraft and thought that people like our channel would not realize that you tracked one boat and there's 3 boats missing. But don't be a dummy, because I'm going to call bullshit. How do you call bullshit, C-Dub? Because it wasn't 4 boats. Go ahead and cook, C-Dub. There were 5. Because you forgot to count Trayston's boat. There were 5 boats. And don't be stupid, gang. They showed you pictures, premeditated pictures. Some pictures were old. Some pictures were old pictures that was probably last year, 4th of July. Did I mention that? Oh, I must have left that part out. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. So, I want you to remember this. One boat they tracked, not 4 other boats. They had a party, and they talked about Katie. Come to find out, Warren's stepmom name is Katie. I'm confused. So Band-Aid gang, we still doing what we do best, and that's win. So how do we win again? Well, I was always told, gang, it's hard, but it's fair. It's hard, but it's fair. And that's just life. So with that being said, we have to make sure that everything that we do from this point on is point on. Everything is alleged, because what they're trying to do right now is make people stop talking. The same thing they did with the Epstein files. The same thing they did to my channel when I was already tracking Zorro Ranch. We brought Zorro Ranch to the limelight. We were the first ones. We exposed a lot, and they took my monetization away. And guess what they told me, gang? They told me you can appeal it back if you take some videos off of your channel. So I had to delete videos I had thousands of views on, and when I deleted them, they gave it back. So basically they told me to shut the F up. Me and Diamond, Dr. E, Angel, my mod, September Virgo, people been with me for a long time. And I know we really do this. And it won't, when we own you, we own you. And I don't dox you. I don't got to dox you. So let me show you something else. That threw a red flag with me. So we know, let's see right here. I'm not feeding any baby steak tonight. It up. So we're going to show you something that you need to track. So Band-Aid gang, I don't know how I ended up here, but I'm here now. I want you to pay attention. So now we have a boy. 2 boys as of now, right? We got 2 boys, which is Warren and his brother. So if Warren is adopted, Diamond Gang, we need to see if that is his real mother, because I did hear in the algorithms that's not his mother. So if that's not his mother, and he said his stepdad came on down to get him, well, he was adopted then. Correct, Diamond?
Correct. But we definitely need to do some digging.
Somebody look that up and see if anybody in the chat feel like pushing buttons because they got fingertips. Please type in and see if that mother is, or Diamond, can you do it? Is Warren's real mother? Thank you. We got some more breaking news from September Virgo, one of my mods. We will be sharing that tomorrow. Somebody said no. Who cares if it's not? What did I miss? Gang, I tell you what you missed. You missed out because I'm finna get you up out of here. Bye. And I abandoned him, y'all. You can't come back over here. We don't want you over here. Come over here. Somebody ask another ignorant question so I can get them up out of here too. Okay, so that's his mom. Okay. So that lucky that's hidden for him. So now.
What's up, boys? It's 412. We just got in the salt marsh. It's private. We got permission on it.
They got permission. Yep. To go on the private island, gang. Private area.
I'm here with Warren. Wyatt behind the camera. Say what up.
Wyatt's behind the camera.
What's up, guys? Show him the spread. We're simple. We got 3 big ducks. We got 3 tails. Salt marsh. Tide's super low right now, so this is the only hole with water. So this is near the roof. So they're gonna come in here near the afternoon. We just got in here and set up. See how the birds roll in.
Here's the next one.
2, 3, play.
That's music too. Okay, this was them, I guess, fishing.
Party. Well, in the background of this birthday party from the beginning of May, there's Warren's mom, there's his little brother, and right there in the background is the mayor of Ocean Springs, Bobby Cox. In fact, here's another picture of him from the party, just in case that profile view wasn't enough for you. Oh, and he was tagged in the picture. Oh, and remember Lieutenant Carone?
Sounds like it should. Because a lot of these families are connected to that yacht club. And the more Jay followed the water, the smaller this world got. Then, before going any further, Jay said she wanted you to hear something. A recording that has been circulating. It has not been authentic.
A whole bunch of little boys, gang! A bunch of little boys.
Indicated. She says as much herself. But
a bunch of little boys. Bunch of little boys, and we know what the Knights of Columbus are accused for. So as I continue to track, I think I got one more I want to show. I got plenty, but let me go see what we got here. So, I got some stuff tucked away that I don't show, but I have an arsenal. So let me see what I got. There's one I wanted to show y'all. This is 3 minutes. Let's go with the slide with this one real quick. Let's slide with this one and see what's in here. There's something in here that we don't want to miss. This is what I wanted to see. How do I get out of here, babe? Are you seeing? Hold on. Hold on, y'all.
Remember the girl only had, like I said, needed to very first dock. Every dock that they stopped at on this little trip of theirs before they went to the boat dock. I also discovered dock right here in the more details. The party that night was allegedly at this girl's house that I will call Ava D. Right here in the yellow is where the party was at. You could almost perfectly plot out every dock that they stopped at on this little trip of theirs before they went to the boat dock. I also discovered that Lieutenant Patrick Caron, you know, the person who first wrote up that very first report after Nolan's mom called in, someone that he is related to apparently married into Ava D's family, allegedly. But like I said in my last video, I show my work. I also discovered that Warren's mother apparently had a birthday party just weeks before Nolan's disappearance that was attended not only by the D family, but the mayor of Ocean Springs. Do y'all remember the girl whose name was given to the police and they went and they questioned her and she said that she was on a completely different island and hadn't seen Nolan in a year? Well, I found a picture of her from last 4th of July. I'm not going to tell you which one of these girls is her, but I bring up this picture from last 4th of July because does anybody recognize something here? Well, I don't know about you guys, but that looks like the same swimsuit to me and the same hair color.
Doesn't look like the same swimsuit unless she's talking about the one on the far, not the girl at the top. If you look at behind her, I see the red strap and I see the blue. I see the red strap. If you look behind her, the girl that you can't see her face back there, not the girl at the very top, but the girl behind her. So this is what you need to pay attention to. Her key words that she said was what, Band-Aid Gang? Last 4th of July. Not this one that just passed. Last 4th of July. So the pictures they've been giving us was trickery. Allegedly.
Necessarily the same person. I'm not saying that two people can't own the same.
Okay. Now tomorrow, so tomorrow what we're going to do is this. We're going to go back and we heard Javon say it couldn't have been Nolan because the voice was too far away to be, and crispy to be Nolan, right? So that didn't make any sense. And we're going to dissect that because to me it seemed like at a point Javon got paid. Because Javon did slip and say they put Tristan back on that boat and they was trying to get him out of there. And the parents on that boat was trying to get him out of there. So Tristan didn't come on the boat, but his uncle did. He's on the boat with some parents. Hit the like button, y'all. That's all we doing. We just putting in work. He was on the boat with some parents. But he said he was on the boat with his uncle. We're confused. We're confused. But we ain't done. So Band-Aid Gang, we're going to do some updates tomorrow. So everybody got the keys. We gave y'all some gems. Y'all go down. If anybody come back and visit tomorrow, please have your notebooks. Please have done some research. The people in my chat, I'm seeing some of the same people like Shirley. Thank you for coming back. She's been rocking with me hard. It's a couple of people I've been seeing coming back. And I do want to thank y'all. Y'all go ahead and check out the Knights of Columbus. Y'all go there. Whatever names y'all find, any keys, just come back. I'm not going on tomorrow. I'm going to death tomorrow because I'm going to get back down in the trenches and do some research myself. But y'all know how we do. We go straight to we start at the basics, y'all. We keep it basic, and this is our basic right now. And it's beyond what anybody else is talking about. So let's keep it going. So with that being said, I'm C-Dub, Mr. I ain't said a word, but you know what I'm saying. And I said, damn, I'm with the
Rio Angel.
We beat you with Diamond Gang and Dr. E. He said he was coming up, but we about to get off Dr. E. So, thank you guys. Thank you for subscribing. But we ahead of our time when it comes to what's going on. So Knights of Columbus, y'all dig down that hole. I took you to the water, can't make you drink.
Yep. Can't feed a baby steak.
Can't feed a baby steak. You got to bite it up and feed them slow. But we here now. So the people that's watching now, y'all getting a real eye-opener. Y'all seen the video that we got. That should bring those guys in to get prosecuted, gang. These guys need to go down. But this is a powerful operation. It's a powerful operation. So let's just see how this goes. So with that being said, thank you guys for joining. Be happy you above the ground and instead of under it. I know it's hard out here, but we all going through the same thing together, and that's life. Stay blessed, never stressed. God bless you all. Justice for Nolan, and that's what we here for. Peace and love. God bless. And we out.
We out. Peace. Diamond Gang. Woo, 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 woo.